Well, it would appear that that nice Mr. Cummings has a little bit more to say to the BBC. How do everyone? Welcome back to the channel for a Wednesday. I hope you're all alright. Probably the last one of the day. It's getting a bit hot out here. Talking shite into my phone as I do. Well, speaking of talking shite, looks like Dominic Cummings got granted an interview on the BBC with the best political commentator of all time, Miss Laura Kunsberg. And did you see my tongue in my cheek when I stated that? You obviously know I don't mean it any more than any other nice thing I would say about that lady. Well, let's get back to the point. Dominic Cummings. This is where the fickle media really get to me, and I've mentioned this time and time again. 18 months ago, because it suited the narrative and he was part of the Tory engine, they wanted to get rid of him, and they wanted him to make a complete numpty of himself, testing his eyesight on a trip to Barnard Castle and everything else. Well, roll forward all these months, he's suddenly a credible news source, because we all want rid of the Tories, we all want rid of Boris, so let's trust that nice Mr. Cummings. I don't think so. Doesn't sit very well with me. Now, like most interviews that they come out with, it's very scripted, very organised, and they're not really pushed and pressed on some of the areas which could be very, very revealing. Just never happens. They're set questions and set answers, and they're all very anti-Boris. Now let's go through them. Number one, he resisted the second lockdown, and apparently his rationale for this was, oh, it's only the over 80s that are pegging it, never mind. Disgusting, huh? And he's actually being pressured into apologising for that comment today, which he will probably deny, of course. One of the best ones out of the list was he wanted to continue seeing Her Majesty the Queen in person, even though he'd been around people that probably got the kung flu, caught it himself, and wanted to go and give her 94-year-old Majesty at the time a personal visit, and maybe even the old kung flu as well. Not very good at all, is it? And the list goes on and on and on and on, and it paints Boris as a very out of touch, useless, idiotic person who should not hold the position he does. And that whole concept, especially at a time like this, is very concerning indeed. Is he a puppet for somebody else? Is he a muppet? I don't know. One of the interesting things was that Dominic Cummings said they were going to try and oust him within days of him getting in office, because he was a particular tool that served a particular purpose, and now he's just a particular tool. Kind of funny, isn't it? But I don't trust Cummings. He's playing games. All he is solely motivated by is revenge. He was apparently out, and he wants to take Boris down with him. There is a theory that this is all a slideshow and all a distraction from some bigger picture, and maybe Cummings is still in the government's pay. Don't know. Either way, it's an opinion that some have. It may be true, it may not be. Let me know what you think of that. But I think this silly little man needs to go away and crawl under a rock. He's had his say, and whether he brings down Boris or not, we'll wait and see. But there's too much else going on, and I don't like this. It's just a distraction. Ta-ta, Dominic. Nice knowing you.